Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back. Appreciate y'all being here. Hope everybody had a great day. Hope everybody's doing well, doing fine. I'm hanging in there. I'm doing good. Good thing. Uh, I guess we're starting to see everywhere popping up, and I decided I'd have to put my little 2 cents in here. Um, Iran saying they're going to nuke Israel, saying they're going to nuke America. In a relatively short period of time. Now, I'm not quite sure how that's going to be possible because I don't know if they have anything like that. I don't think everything they had has been destroyed. But in lieu of the case, if something like that were to happen, are you physically ready and prepared for it? You know, uh, there's a lot of things that you might want to need, have in your stockpile, along with the long-term storable food, because let's face it, if they happen to get lucky enough and drop a nuke over here, just saying, I don't believe that's going to happen, but you never know. Um, are we ready? Are we ready for that? Are we ready up here for that? Because that could be a big psychological problem for a whole lot of people, and especially it'd be very bad if you're in the zone where that was going to go off. No better time now than be prepared for it, right? Uh, you might want to need some radiation clothing and stuff you put on. You might want to need some little badges that detect radiation and stuff like that, so you know if you've been infected by it. You might want to have, of course, gas masks that are made for biological, and nuclear, capabilities. Uh, just saying, it's an expense, I know, and the odds are, a lot of people kind of agree that, well, if something like that were to happen, you know, it is what it is, right? If you're in the zone, then you're not going to have to worry about it no more, anyways, because you won't be here. Hence the reason I'm close to Joint Base down here where I'm at in the Low Country. You have nuclear power plants all over. If they were to get lucky enough to hit this area, uh, this whole freaking part of the state would go up. So there's nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. And all the preps that you have for it would be no good to you. But just in case it doesn't happen in your area, and that's stating the fact that if it actually were to happen somewhere in the country, can you possibly imagine just how bad the food shortages would be? Supply lines would be cut immediately, pretty much. Uh, and you would most likely have whatever you have, at your location, now. That's what you'll have. So you got to sit back and think of things that, you may need. You might want to get them, especially if you can find them at a lower price. Don't pay, don't break the bank on none of this stuff. I mean, because, hey, like I said, if it happens and it's close to you, no matter what kind of preps you have, it's not going to make a bit of difference. So you get what you think you might need, and you just prepare for it, and then go on about your business. Live each day a godly day, and just take time, smell the roses. We just put in a new kind of like a stone flower garden kind of deal. It's kind of weird. It's kind of like all a bunch of white rock and some plants coming out of it and lined with really, really white rock all the way around it. It's kind of neat. Wife wanted it, so hey, we did it. And just saying, do things. Get out and do things that you want to do. And like I said, be ready for stuff like that. If you have NBC clothing and stuff, that's good. If you don't, I don't know if it's going to make a big difference or not. You can always protect your house by sheeting off all the glass windows and doors and heating and all that. And, like you would for cold weather, you just seal them off and all that stuff would stay out. And if you weren't close enough, your house inside would be okay. So just food for thought, just something I'd throw out there. Like I said, everywhere you look now, they're all, all over YouTube and it's all over the news and stuff. Nuclear war is being threatened almost everywhere, every day now. A lot of times we've had a lot of the stuff over the past where Russia would threaten, nuclear weapons and stuff, or China. Maybe not so much China, but North Korea for sure has threatened. Now you got Iran threatening. Like I said, I don't know where they would get these things other than if Russia would supply them secretly if they could. But just saying, get prepared, but then don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of weird. It's kind of an oxymoron. You want to worry about it enough till you got all the stuff you might need for it, and then don't worry about it no more. Go out, enjoy life. It is what it is. We're here to live life to its fullest and do the things that we should do, and that's what we should do. So, all right, then. Hey, look, it's nothing but love for you. I truly mean it. Thanks for stopping by. Uh, I do have some things coming up on prep. Kind of preparing your own long-term storable food. It gets a little expensive on some stuff. Uh, you need make me dehumidifier that reduce the moisture in your food, a freeze dryer, stuff like that. That stuff is expensive. If you can afford stuff like that, yeah, get it. But it's to me, it's cheaper to buy it. And in the long run, I mean, you can make it yourself. Like if you hunt, you can get venison to make jerky. Stuff like that. Uh, Real good, lasts a long time. But to me, it's more convenience to order it when I can. Now that I can still get stuff, even though the prices are going up, even our gasoline's going up in price. At some point it will come back down, and then if it doesn't, then we'll just have to live with it. I mean, it is what it is. So, all right then. Hey, look, have a great day, and until next time, we'll talk to you later. Bye bye.